You are now watching BFT Group B. We've got a matchup between Tension, Wide and Bombshell. Some very weird bots, I must say. We've got a hammer, a vertical spinner and a lifter. Two of those are unorthodox in our rule set. So we'll have to see how this goes. In this corner, we have got Tension. It's the top seed of this round, and it is an extended hammer. Look at that telescoping pole it has. It's stable, reliable, and it hits hard. However, when it hits people, it tends to recoil upwards. And in this corner, we have got Bombshell, the 15th seed, lowest seed of the bracket. But he is a lifter, driven by somewhat of an OG. BFT comes from the 2023 era. He has speed and lifting power, as control bots get a bit of an advantage there. They get to use more wheels on their drive. However, due to him being a mobile player, he cannot hold his lifter in the upward position. So we're going to have to see how this plays out in 3, 2, 1, go. Alright, opening box for Shia. Looks like Tension is about to take the center of the arena, and Bombshell's going to go in, go round. Missing his hit. Looks like Bombshell's going to play an evasive game here. Up against Tension. Tension's big, got a lot of reach. You want to go evasively. And there he goes. He just misses the pit button because of those huge forks. And it's important to mention with those huge forks, that's a configuration built particularly for Tension. They're not a submission image, and I think what they intend to do is give him a bit more distance, keep Tension away so he can't get that large hammer into play. But so far, not much is happening. Looks like Bombshell is trying to coax Tension into driving into one of his hits. But Tension, he's staying calm. He's sitting in the middle, waiting for Bombshell to strike him instead. Oh, there he goes for a hit. Not much comes of it. Goes for another, almost tipping over. Fires at nothing. Okay, looks like we're having a bit of an exchange here. Oh, hammer shot on Bombshell, sending him straight up. Not very high there. Bombshell is out and about, running around, gets a nice hit. Is he going to go into the screws? No, not quite. And he fails to lift him there. So far, we're getting a decent bit of action after they've finally started to contact each other. But, oh, Bombshell is in the air again. Bombshell is up, and he's back. And he's going for a lift, but he misses. Tension, so far, been proving that the hammer is quite a respectable weapon. And he has been relatively reliable and stable. He hasn't fallen over despite the huge height on that thing. It looks like Bombshell's starting to get a little bit more aggressive. Going round. Oh! He's up in the air. Will he survive this? Oh no, that's the end for him. Tension is going to win round 1 of the group stage. Now on to the bracket. Alright, looking at the Group B standings, we've got Atlas automatically going through because he is a top seed. It's just how we do it here. He's automatically through. And as for Tension, he's secured his first win of the tournament. And now we're going to have to see if he can keep up that winning streak against Wide, who you will be seeing shortly. And by shortly, I mean immediately, because here he is. This is Wide, vertically spinning bar. Apparently he has aura, a width, well you can see the width, and the driver is allegedly very handsome. However, it has driving issues, more particularly turning issues. Allegedly turns like a bus, how he stated it. So we'll have to see how that impacts him up against the other opponent, which we've already seen. Here he is, Tension. So let's get this round started in 3, 2, 1, go. Alright, we got an opening here. Looks like Tension is going to do more of the same. Take control of the middle where he's at his best, his most reliable, and can get away with firing that hammer around. And Wide kind of flips himself there. Wide has a tendency for wheelies and tumbles like that due to how short his bot is. He really does put it all into the width of the bot. And so far, seeing a bit of an evasive game. Similar to Bombshells, but with less speed. As Wide, he can't quite go that fast. But so far, Wide's doing fine to keep himself out of harm's reach, kind of knocking Tension back there. He must have skirted on his wheels there. And he's got Tension into the corner. He's got him near a corner. Can he corral him here? But if he can corral him here, keep him in a place where he doesn't perform so well, Tension might be liable to making a mistake, and that mistake could cost him the whole round. Tension's weapon is known to recoil pretty hard if he misfires. But Tension so far staying calm, collected, staying input. He's staying put where he's trying to be. He defends his position rather than actively attacking. Wide is currently trying to find some points of entry. He's taking him to the walls, but they separate, and Tension reverses into the corner, making space, getting his distance, getting back into his element where he can make use of that reach. It looks like Wide's doing a similar thing here. He runs off that. Ooh, gets a hit on Tension, has Tension near the pit button, goes in for another hit, but unfortunately for him, it's not going to land. And will he be able to do that again? Because realistically, what Wide needs to do, Wide needs Tension at the walls again to follow him up and kill him. But so far, just going round. Tension watching. Oh, and there's a hit. Is Wide going to land in the arena? Ooh, hitting off of the bar there, and he's out. And Tension is going to be making it through the group stage, winning 2-0 this series. Now let's go look at the bracket and see what's to happen next. Alright, so now we know who's making it through to the main bracket. We've got Tension going 2-0. And now it's time to see who's going to win out of Wide and Bombshell, considering they are both on their last life now. Alright, in this corner we've got Bombshell showing off that lifter, having gotten rid of the extra forks because he's no longer facing Tension, because he's now facing Wide, who's all the way over in this corner. Wide, give it a little spin, show us that you're here. Thank you. He's there and ready to fight. So let's see what happens in 3, 2, 1, go. Alright, looks like we're going to have a quick opening rush. Bombshell flying straight into the corner, coming out and around Wide. Hopefully we should be seeing a more aggressive round because we don't have that looming danger of Tension's very reachy, very long hammer. And so far we hit right there. Wide going in. Is Wide going in on the aggression again? And he kills him. That was very quick, Wide. Good job. You survived. You made it through, Wide. It looks like that's where we're going to be leaving off for today, with Tension and Wide going through to the main bracket and Bombshell eliminated from the tournament.